Welcome back to another episode of How Long Does It Take Derek to Get Drenched in Sweat? Wait a second, what's that? You mean it's not 9,000 degrees outside? It's only 7,000? Well, that's great. Maybe I won't today. Okay, that's nice. But anyway, what's going on, guys? We're out here today and today. What's going on, guys? We're out here today and today we are going to be cooking some of our chickens. We're actually cooking it. It's not the main part of the video. It's more of, managing the chickens. But as you can see, we do have chickens, just like I have since I started my channel. How are you doing, ducks? Good? That's good. Here's the hen that got attacked by, the possum that I thought was a raccoon. She's doing a lot better. She actually is starting to lose her feathers, which is good because she's growing the new ones in. We'll be putting her back in the flock soon. But anyway, the whole main reason of this video, as you can see by the title, is we are getting rid of some chickens today. As you guys know, I hatched off like 6 chicks this spring. Well, all but one turned out to be a rooster, and that's the only hen. This one, he's my favorite. He actually crows, and he's bigger than Mr. Cluck, so that's kind of funny considering he is his father. Almost no resemblance there, but oh well. So we're actually going to be killing some of these chickens, and I say some because I'm actually thinking of keeping one, and it's the one that I just showed you. He is the calmest out of all the roosters. He's the most dominant, besides his dad. So I'm actually going to be keeping him and getting rid of all the others. Now, I'm keeping him for now, and I say that because I don't know how things are going to go once he starts to get a little bit older. I don't know if maybe Mr. Cluck will try to kill him or something, or maybe he'll become aggressive and try to kill me as well. If so, we'll just keep one rooster, and we will get rid of him because Mr. Cluck's old and tough and he's still young. So the chickens that we are actually going to be slaughtering are that one right there, that one right there. Wait, no, that's a hen, not that one. Take that back. Calm down. You're still good. That one, that one, that one, and okay, the other one's inside apparently because I don't see it. But we are going to be killing 4 out of 5 of the roosters except Mr. Cluck. Okay, when I say roosters, unless I say Mr. Cluck, I'm not referring to Mr. Cluck because I got to keep one rooster even if it is the one that tries to kill me, because he is also the one that tries to kill possums. Yep, there's number 4. So I don't know, I'm gonna sit here for a second and just wait and watch, and I'll show you why I'm getting rid of these roosters. Okay, yeah, that didn't take long. Right there. Watch how they attack that hen. That is normal for roosters, but whenever you have 6 roosters doing the same thing, it kind of, tortures the hens. And you can actually tell by looking at them that they have lost a lot of feathers since the roosters have reached full maturity. So that is why we're going to be keeping only 2. Possibly 1, but we'll see later on. As of right now, we are going to keep 2.
Unless I say Mr. Cluck, I'm not referring to Mr. Cluck.
Alright, as you guys probably know, but just in case you don't, I've actually slaughtered chickens on the channel before. However, both times that I've done that, I just skinned the chickens out instead of, plucking them and stuff and leaving the skin on. So we are actually going to be doing that different today because these are some pretty big birds, and I'm probably going to end up roasting a lot of them. I will actually need to leave some of them with the skin on in order to roast them. Now, of course, you don't have to, but that's really the best way to do it. So we actually have a giant pot here today, and that's what I'm going to stuff the chickens in. This is actually a canner, but a pot's a pot. It's going to work the same way. And of course, I don't have an electric stove inside my chicken coop. I do have a rooster though. So I'm going to actually have to use propane to scald the chicken. By the way, the reason I have the pot, in case you don't know, whenever you pluck a bird, it's best if you scald it first in hot water. It makes the plucking like so much easier. So I actually have this stove here, and that is what I'm going to hook to the propane and use to heat the water up. So let's go ahead and open this box up real quick. Just kidding, it's already open. Alright, so here we go. So as you can see, it's just a pretty basic little stove, but that's all we're going to need because we're just heating up water. Dang, water is heavy. Alright, that should be good, hopefully. We'll go ahead and let that be heating up. Okay, yeah, it's still pretty cold because, it's only been like 10 seconds, but it'll get there. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to get the chickens out without, freaking all of them out. Last time, I just got them all out and let them roam up in the hills. Yeah, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I convince Mr. Cluck not to attack me. Mr. Cluck, can you not attack me? What do you say? Okay. Why do I even bother? Well, look at that. I'm stuck on a barbed wire fence. Didn't even know that was there. Okay, so I could scare them all into the coop with my garbage can lid, or I could just beat the crap out of Mr. Cluck and take them to let him know I'm boss. And it'll only work for like a day, but he won't bother me until tomorrow. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. All right, Mr. Cluck, I'm sorry, but you've got to be put in your place. That's why I'm getting rid of them. So I'm going to use this to block up the door if they go in the coop. If not, I'll just grab one and take off running with it. Well, that worked like a charm. Well, guys, as you can see, there are no longer chickens, at least not out here. Got them all in the coop. I honestly did not expect that to work that good, but it did, so we're doing pretty good. Water seems to be doing pretty good. It's slightly less cold. All right, chickens, how's it going? Okay, yeah, they still won't let me grab them, but we'll fix that. We actually won't. We'll just pick them up anyway. So I actually think the best way I'm gonna do this is set up the cage that I used to keep the ducks in, and then we'll just put the chickens in that and then kill them. I have way too much hair. And that goes there. All right, that looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, first of all, I still probably might have to deal with Mr. Cluck inside the coop because he's in there as well. So I'm gonna bring them down here one by one, and I'm gonna put a little bit of food in the cage, and I know they're hungry. I'll get to that in just a second. And then we'll shoot them while they're in the cage after they've calmed down, hide them from the other chickens, and then we'll do them one by one like that. And by that time, our water should be ready. Like I said, I know that they're hungry because I haven't fed them today, because you don't wanna feed them right before you slaughter them. Because if you do feed them, of course, the food is still inside them, and you know, that's not gonna be very clean. So not feeding them before you kill them, it makes the process a whole lot faster. No, it doesn't. It makes the process a whole lot easier and cleaner. Hey, it's me, Derek from tomorrow. This video is gonna be graphic, so if you don't wanna watch that, just don't watch it. Okay, back to the video. Okay, so I'm gonna need both hands to do this, so I'm gonna have to set you guys down, but I'll try to capture it. I'm gonna wait for one to come really close, and then I'm just gonna pull it out. Oh, here we go. Well, as you guys saw, I got a rooster. Now this one is actually a Rhode Island Red rooster, and I got 3 of those. And the whole reason I hatched Rhode Island Red, focus, okay, we're good. But the whole reason I hatched Rhode Island Red chickens was because I wanted some hens. But as you can see, that didn't turn out the way we planned, and I got 3 roosters. I would like to keep those because they seem pretty calm right now, but Rhode Island Red roosters are known to be aggressive, and not only that, their father's aggressive, so chances are I give that guy another 3 months and he's gonna be trying to fight me just like Mr. Cluck is. Now I'm actually gonna take them some duck feed because they seem to enjoy it more than the chicken feed, probably because it has more nutrients in it, and the ducks need extra nutrients, but chickens don't need it, but they enjoy it. I found that out when they were still in their food. There's you a little food, enjoy. So we're gonna let him calm down and start eating the food, and then we'll go ahead and shoot him. Now you can actually chop their heads off, and that works just as well. But for one, I don't have a sharp enough axe on me, and I've never tried it. So I might actually mess it up, and I'm just gonna stick to what I'm good at. So I'm gonna sit here and let him calm down, and then we'll shoot him. Alright guys, that got him. Obviously it's not something you enjoy doing, but it's something that needs to be done. So there he is. I'm not gonna get too close. That right now, it's just nerves moving. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that chicken out of the way, move him somewhere where the others can't see him, and then just keep on going and get them all done. These are some big chickens too, guys. Our water is getting there. So I'm gonna try to lay them over here in the shade, keep them out of the sun. And yeah, let's go ahead, get the rest of them and do the same thing. All right, I'm going in. So they're all in these nesting boxes right here. Should be easy pickings. It is another Rhode Island Red. So he's actually a lot calmer than the other one is. So I'm gonna let him calm down a little more, and then we'll go ahead and take the shot on him. And then we'll just speed through the other ones. That way we can get to the good part. And that is eating some fresh chicken. All right, that one was a lot easier. This one is actually, he's part meat chicken, and that's one big reason why I'm getting rid of him and not the barred rock. Barred rocks do have very good meat on them, but this one, even if it was a hen, I would probably still kill it, because since his mom's a meat chicken, I actually had a bunch of those, and then all but like 2 of them died without me having to kill them or something else killing them. They just died because they either had a heat stroke or got stopped up with eggs, so not very good to keep around, especially when they're that big already. That is a massive rooster, and he's a lot calmer than the other ones too. That's why I would like to keep him, but I really don't want to, because he'd probably have a few health problems if I did keep him, even though he is only half meat chicken. Like I said, it's just the nerves in him. So there's number 3, 1 more to go. All right guys, so the last one is actually over there in that far nesting box. That's another thing with these chicks, since they were raised in a nesting box until they were like 2 weeks old, anytime they get scared, they go to a nesting box, which is of course not good because they can step on eggs. You come out of there. Okay, you can stay in there then. This is the last one, and he is also a Rhode Island Red, and I have hair in my eye. I'm very surprised. Mr. Cluck, he didn't attack me at all. I don't know if maybe it's where he's getting older. He's either 3 years old or he will be 3 years old next August. I really don't know. Or maybe it's because, you know, these are roosters and he don't care about them. But who knows? Maybe he just don't want to attack me. I don't think that's it though, because he attacked me when I tried to make a deal with him. Maybe he changed his mind. I don't know.
And then we'll just speed through the other ones.
All right, last one, guys. Here we go. There we go. Go ahead and get this guy up here and get the rest of them ready to put in the pot. So our water is actually about right. And the way I'm gonna test it, I'm gonna stick a leaf in it, lay the leaf down. It's warm, so I'm gonna actually let it set a little bit longer. Let's crank the heat up a little bit on it. It's actually getting dark. We better hurry. Let's go ahead and get the rest of them out and let them roam for the rest of the day. So now we got to scald the chickens in the water. I actually let it set a little bit longer, so let's go ahead and test it again. Yeah, it's hot right there, so that is perfect. And it is just about boiling. I'm actually going to crank up the heat while we're getting the chickens over here. Let it get really hot, and then we'll turn it down while they're setting. And that'll actually keep the water hot, because when we dunk them in, it's actually going to cool the water down a little bit. Not physically down. I don't know why I pointed at the ground. All right, guys, here we go. So I'm gonna leave them in there for about a minute, and I'm just gonna keep turning it as I do this. And that'll make sure everything on the bird is exposed. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull him out of there. Woo, that's hot. So basically what that does, it loosens the pores in the skin and the feathers just come right out like that. If you've never smelled a chicken while it's being plucked, or scalded at least, you don't want to. So while that one's cooling, I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. Woo, that is hot. It just burnt me. There's only a few things that I've smelled that smell worse than this. One of them being the inside of a squirrel. Those things smell extremely bad. All right, I think this one's done. Ugh. And there we go, 2 steaming chickens. Oh, that's hot. Again, I got a steaming axe, hatchet, whatever. Get this heat off. Close it. Okay, yep, let's do that. So as you can see, you pretty much can't. But these chickens, they are gonna have to cool a little bit anyway, because, you know, I can't grab them with my hands. So I'm gonna run, get some light. That way you can, you know, see what I'm doing. And we will get to plucking these chickens. Oh, there we go. We got us 2 spotlights rigged up right there and right there. That's actually a spotlight, but it's on lantern setting, but still a spotlight. And I think you can see it pretty good now. It's better than just being plain dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to plucking on these chickens. That way we can cook us one up and do us a taste test. Oh yeah, look how easy these feathers are coming off now, guys. Like, I can rip them off by the handfuls. It's so good. I wonder who the first person was that thought of plucking chickens by scalding them first. How many people do you know that says, hey, let's dump this whole chicken into a boiling pot of water and see if we can pull the feathers off easier? Basically all I'm gonna do is cut the legs off here, cut the wings off there, and the head, the tail, cut that off, and now we have to gut it. Of course, you got the gizzard here. This is a really good piece of meat, but it's best to refrigerate it before you cut it open, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a Ziploc bag. The gizzard is actually the part of the chicken that grinds up the food, because chicken, you know, they don't have teeth. Thankfully, I get bit all the time. And here is the liver. And there is the heart. This is actually a very big chicken, all of these are, and the heart is like the size of a turkey's heart or something. And the rest is pretty much inedible. Now chickens, they actually have like a pouch right here in their neck. It's called the crawl. Even though I didn't feed them, they actually ate something, because this has a lot of stuff in it. And there we go. And there we go. We have a pretty much completely butchered bird. The only thing is there is a few little stray feathers here and there, but I'll clean that up whenever I get them in a sink or something. I actually had some of the skin that peeled off here, and that was probably because I left this one in there too long, but it ain't too big of a problem. I'll just use this one to cut us off a piece that we can eat. So here's the part we're actually going to be trying, and that is the breast. And here we have an empty chicken. I guess that's what you would call it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the same exact thing, except I'm not gonna cut them all up into little pieces like this. I'm not gonna record it because that could be very boring, but I'll be back in just a second. All right, guys, here they are. So there are our 3 chickens all plucked out. Not completely, there's actually, like right there, there's a little bit of feathers left, but this is just to get the majority of the stuff. It isn't gonna get it all. So I'm gonna go ahead, get these in their bags, if they'll even fit. I don't really know. If not, I'll wrap them up in some aluminum foil or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it for butchering the chickens. Well, I just broke a bag on that one. Barely fitting. These are some pretty big chickens too. See if we can get this one to stay in a bag now. I believe in you. You can do this. All right, and it fit. So I was gonna go ahead and cook the breast of that one chicken tonight, but I'm not going to, because, you know, it's pretty dark. So I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and we'll cook that in the morning. And I'm gonna go ahead and get all these frozen before they start to turn bad. But yeah, this is extremely smelly. Probably gonna attract some predators tonight, but that's all right, because all the chickens are fenced up and so are the ducks. They don't sleep or something. I don't know. They just, every time I'm up here at night, they're still awake. Oh, that's bright. I do know that they can see better at night than like chickens can, but like, dang, do they ever sleep? So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pack all of my stuff up, but I will be back here in the morning. I'll see you guys then. Good morning, guys. We're back out here. It is exactly 12:23, so I guess it's not technically the morning. It's actually the afternoon, but you know, the sun is still over there, so we're pretty good. Still not 1,000 degrees out, so that's always a plus. Chickens, they're looking a lot happier today. That guy looks like he is feeling pretty lucky right now. He actually probably don't even know what happened. But yeah, these are the only 2 roosters we have left. But this is definitely better than it was yesterday. You know, the hens, they look a little more relaxed. I guess because they're not constantly being chased around. So we are out here today and we are gonna go ahead and cook us a piece of chicken. That barbed wire got me again. How's it going in here? I swear I thought that was a snake. They seem to be doing good. I've actually already dumped this out because it smelled really bad. I'm not following any like specific recipe, so this may turn out okay, it may not. But the whole idea of it is I'm gonna have chicken breast, and it's supposed to be mostly an Italian dish. I'm gonna have Italian seasonings and stuff with some type of tomatoes. They're like the little tiny ones, as well as some lemon juice. I have some of that, and yeah, it's all in this bag here. These are store-bought tomatoes. They're really good, but I'm actually gonna go check my garden and see if there is any tomatoes left. There probably isn't, considering it's almost fall. That one's got a hole in it, but it's green anyway. And yeah, all those are still green as well. So I guess we're gonna have to go with only the store-bought tomatoes. But that's all right, because they taste good anyway. Good morning. I bet she'll bite my finger. She has gotten in a habit of biting anything that's in my hand. There you go, have a piece of wood. Here we have us a big old frying pan. I could just, you know, whack myself in the head with this, but let's use it to cook with instead. Okay, that looks pretty good. So chicken, you do have to get to 165 degrees, so we are gonna start that before we add in our, you know, other ingredients, which is just tomatoes. So here is our breast meat. And now all I'm gonna do to this is just salt and pepper it until we add the other seasonings, but we'll add those when we add the tomatoes. All right, there we go. Now we actually have to oil this, but the oil I'm using is extremely flammable, so let's not do it near the open flame here. I don't feel like blowing up today. Set that down there, let it be getting hot. Well, that didn't end too well. At least he didn't full on try to kill him. Except, you know, he kind of did, but he'll be all right. All right, our oil is getting hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop the chicken in here. All right, let's let that cook. Okay, so while this is cooking, I'm actually gonna add some of this basil on it. Let's go ahead and flip it over now. And add some to this side. All right, I'm gonna pull it away from the flame a little bit, because chicken, you wanna always cook. You wanna cook on low and cook it for a while, because you know, it's gotta get pretty hot in the center before it's safe to eat. So we actually do have to come up with a name for our new rooster. Like I said, it's not 100% that we're gonna keep him. As long as he doesn't cause us any trouble, he's gonna be part of the flock for a while. Okay, get it in frame. There we go. So if you guys want to name the new rooster, just go down in the comments. Let me know what you think we should name him. And if I choose your name, you will get a shout out in the next video. And by next video, that doesn't mean the next video right after this one. It just means the next video I record after I post this video. But as of right now, I'm just gonna call him Rooster number 2. All right, so our chicken is getting close to being done. So I'm actually gonna cut into it real quick, see what the inside looks like, and see if it is done. I'll give it a couple more minutes. By the way, this is a clean pocket knife. I haven't gutted any possums with it yet. So guys, while we are waiting, come here, camera. So while we are waiting for, you know, the chicken to cook, we're actually gonna come over here and prepare our tomatoes. Now I'm not gonna do too much to them because they are already pretty small, as you can see. They actually taste pretty good too. So all I'm gonna do is add a little bit of garlic that is not opened yet. I guess we gotta. So I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder, not a lot. Some more pepper, some basil to this as well. Some Italian seasoning, which I actually think has basil in it, but we're gonna add some anyway. And some oregano, which I think is also inside the Italian seasoning, but we're gonna add some of this again. And then some of our olive oil and some lemon juice. I actually forgot the salt. And now I'm gonna leave them in this bag and just kind of like crush them up in there. Make like almost a sauce. You guys don't even understand how satisfying this feels. All right, there we go. Now let's go check on the chicken. I think the chicken is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and add our tomatoes to it. Let's move it to the center now. We need some extra heat. Is the burner still even on? Okay, yeah, we're good. And since this is sloped, it'll actually help me a little bit. I can push it all to the bottom of the pan and then just kind of cook it on one side. That way it soaks up all the juices. All right, we'll let that simmer there for a second. That looks delicious. I don't know if you guys can smell that. Wait, obviously you can't smell that, but it does smell really good. Oh yeah, those tomato sauces, those are cooking up exactly how I hope they would. As you can see, it's kind of turning into a syrupy-like texture, and I was hoping it would do that. So, you know, lesson of the story, just experiment with something. Use use a pink fork and you'll always succeed. Because obviously that's how it works. I'm actually gonna add some Parmesan cheese to top it with after we get it out of the skillet. So yeah, I'm thinking this will be pretty good. But even if it's not, we're gonna put a bunch of Parmesan on it and act like it is anyway. So I'm honestly thinking it's about done, and I just spilled some, dang it. At least I only lost one tomato. Or tomato. So we're going to get us a piece of chicken first, lay it on the plate, flavor side up, and we're gonna just pour these on top of it. There we go. Turn the gas off and we're good to go. Come on, please do it, please do it. Aw, man, it's hoping it get like extremely steamy, but it did, sadly. So while this is extremely hot, we're gonna go ahead and top it with some Parmesan. I like Parmesan, so yeah, this may be a little too much for most people, but in my book, you can't have enough cheese. So take a nice look at what we've got here. Looks very delicious. I can't wait to try it, which is gonna happen in about 10 seconds anyways. All right, guys, wish me luck that I don't get food poisoning, and let's go ahead and take a piece of this chicken. First, I'm gonna try the tomato and make sure I got the spices right, and then we'll try the chicken. Whoa, that is good. I did not expect it to be that good. Just the tomatoes alone are delicious. Maybe this is already a dish, maybe it's not, but if it's not, I'm gonna call it a screaming rooster. Naming it after you, Mr. Cluck. All right, now for a piece of the chicken. Okay, first of all, the taste is like one of the best things I've ever eaten in my entire life. I did not expect it to be that good. The actual chicken itself, it's very deep tasting, but it's kind of tough, which is a given when you're eating a chicken breed that's not really bred to be eaten. But other than that, it is really good. Even the taste of the chicken is amazing. It's a lot deeper than like store-bought chicken, which is usually more tender, but it's also bland because the chickens are only like 6 weeks old whenever they slaughter them. But this is very, very good. The only thing I would do differently is tenderize the chicken, like with a meat hammer or an axe or a chainsaw. So guys, this is definitely one of my favorite dishes I've cooked on the channel. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating this chicken, and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, Derek, in editing, speed that up so it looks like I chugged the water extremely fast. One more thing really quick, guys. I want to go ahead and see if we can figure out which ducks are males and females, or if they're all males or they're all females. I know one way you can tell is by picking them up, and if they quack really loud, they're a female, and if they don't really quack, they're a male. But I kind of have this wired shut. I'm gonna throw a stick at them, or a rock or something, and see if I can hear them quack. Okay, either they're all males or that didn't scare them at all. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I have something in my beard. If so, just ignore it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know by leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, I know the rooster in the thumbnail is not the same roosters that I killed. In fact, it's the rooster I didn't kill. And that's just because, well, I kind of forgot to take a thumbnail picture until after they were dead, scalded, butchered, frozen, and eaten. So that's my bad. Okay, see you guys later.